Hello everyone, I'm Billy Dees, and this is day 4 of my 5-day video LinkedIn challenge. By the way, all the videos in this series that I've been doing have been shot and edited on an iPhone. And today we're going to talk about motivation as it relates to a topic on LinkedIn and other social media as well. I noticed the hashtag Monday Motivation is a big one. This video is being posted on a Monday, so why not go with that? I understand as much as anyone else the importance of being positive, of having a good attitude. And sometimes it's very helpful to have a circle of friends and associates around you who support that notion. That goes without saying. By the same token, I have noticed this phenomenon, I'll call it, of positivity on social media that is very close to being a false reality. For example, it certainly seems to me as if there is no shortage of positive quotes, positive sayings that are constantly floating around social media. There's no such thing as mistakes, just learning experiences, etc. And what's interesting is that these posts get a lot of attention. So in my opinion, what my interpretation of that is that there are a lot of people who need those injections of positivity. And also at the same time, there are a lot of people who enjoy being the validators of administering this positivity, which is an interesting phenomenon. I wouldn't go as far to say that there's anything necessarily wrong with this. But for me, I prefer a more grounded motivation. I don't know that having someone sing "Climb Every Mountain" to me every morning is really going to have that much of an impact. I've known a lot of very interesting characters during my career. And I gotta tell you that the people who seem to know how to get things done are not necessarily people who are going to feed your ego, are not necessarily people that are going to be sensitive to your feelings. These are people who just know how to kick in the door and get things done. And I find that type of individual to be very much a source of motivation for me. Now, with that being said, I want to be very clear. My opinions on this in no way, shape, or form endorse negativity. To me, there is no point in anyone posting a negative comment on someone else's post or video simply for the sake of being negative. And like I said earlier, a lot of people really have a need for this positive reinforcement, and you do not know what is going on in these people's lives. Hypothetically, there might be someone who has just been through a bad divorce and they're starting their own business as a means of starting a new chapter in their life, to have some fulfillment and so on. And to post something mean-spirited on something they've done, like, "My 3-year-old could have done a better job than this," there is absolutely no reason that that should ever be done. I don't know what could be going on in someone's life that they feel the need to put something like that on someone else's post. And you know what? I don't want to know. It's not worth figuring out. And I would also advise not to engage those kinds of comments. If you post a video or something about your work and somebody says something like that, do not engage it. Move on. By the same token, don't be too put off by constructive criticism, even if it seems a little harsh. And I'll tell you why. I had a conversation with a doctor a number of years ago, and he asked me a question that I never really considered before. We have all heard about people getting a bad diagnosis, and maybe there's a course of treatment that they don't like at all. And what do? They ask for a second opinion. Probably a good idea. When was the last time you heard about somebody getting good news from a doctor and asking for a second opinion? Doesn't happen too often, does it? That is what I was referring to earlier, in regard to this constant barrage of positivity that some people seem to need. Sometimes too much positive input can give us a false sense of security. It makes us too comfortable. It makes us too content. That is why, just for me, I need a more practical, more grounded spirit of motivation than stories of pots of gold at the end of every rainbow. And what that boils down to is knowing what needs to be done. Make a list of things that need to be done, get off your butt, and go out there and do it. That's all there is to it. I'm Billy Dees, and that's my Monday motivation. Have a great day.